We're all, Gary, way more capable as leaders than we allow ourselves to be. And it just takes a leader to step forward in order to see how even us who feel very ordinary can be extraordinary. And that's the job of the leader. That's why we need leaders, is that to help all of us who feel ordinary feel our extraordinary capability is possible.
Bienvenue dans votre vidéo inspiration spéciale marketing de réseau et vente directe. Ici Christophe Tamry, propulseur de leader. Aujourd'hui, vous allez découvrir Darren Hardy. Juste avant de rentrer dans le vif du sujet, sachez que vous avez la possibilité d'accéder à une webconférence 100% gratuite sur les 4 étapes pour devenir un networker pro reconnu et en vivre à 100% et faire même votre test de performance. Donc sachez que vous avez un lien qui vient d'apparaître ou qui va apparaître. Eh bien, vous pouvez vous inscrire dès maintenant. Mais encore une fois, c'est à vous de décider.
So a leader is a calming force, a stabilizing force. Like children, the one thing they need from their parents more than anything is to feel safe. And the people around you that you're responsible for leading need to feel safe. And if you're hairy-carry and you're stressed out and you're defaulting back to your bad habits, that is going to be very, very, very disconcerting and disturbing to the people around you. I was listening to the biographer of the book, the Churchill autobiography or Churchill biography. He was the writer being interviewed, and he said, and the interviewer asked, "How do you think Churchill would handle this crisis?" Because Churchill obviously handled one of the greatest crises of our human existence, leading Britain through World War II and the Blitzkrieg on London and all the rest of it. And he said Churchill would always do 3 things when he would address the nation during a crisis. And I think all of us need to kind of consider this. So I'm going to pass these forward to you because this is the way we all need to address our families, our teams, our clients. And it's these 3 things. Number 1 is he would always give a very sober assessment of the reality. He would address the brutal facts. Here's what we know. Here's what we're happening. We're in the depths of a crisis. The hardship that our country will face will be the greatest of our lifetime. You don't, as a leader, you don't want to deny the truth. You want to see it. You want everybody else to know that you see it, that you know it, and that as a result of knowing it, that you're going to be able to properly deal with it. Jim Collins in Good Great talked about the Stockdale paradox, the World War II captain that was in prison for 8 years. And the paradox is that when asked who are the people that didn't make it out of the camps, and he said it was the optimist. Why did the optimist die? Because they always thought that, tomorrow, by Christmas, by Easter, by Thanksgiving, we're going to get out. He says the first thing you have to do is you have to accept the brutal reality. You have to deal with the brutal facts. And then the second thing he said is that you never lose hope in the happy ending. But you as a leader, you don't motivate through a crisis. You lead through a crisis. So that's number 1, is address the brutal facts. Okay, yes, this is the reality of the situation. Number 2 is to start painting the picture of what are the logical reasons to have hope. We're mobilizing the medical community. We're throwing all the resources, all our available talent, all the amazing men and women as a part of the medical industry on the front lines. We're double downing on manufacturing. Whatever is our logical reasons to have a sense of hope. How you as a leader are stepping into the crisis to start to address it. Even in darkness, you want to start pointing the eyes of those that follow you towards the light. Now, even if the light is at the end of the hallway, under the crack of the door, still point the eyes in the darkness to that light. So number 2 is the logical reasons to have hope. And number 3 is that rally cry that Winston Churchill was famous for. And that is rally crying around the sense of purpose that he's calling upon and attaching it to people's identity. We are Britons, we are strong, we will endure, we will survive. And he would embolden his populace. And at the end of some of the most terrifying speeches that I can't imagine a leader would have to make, people would jump from their couches or their chairs and pump their fist, emboldened once again. And that was the brilliance of Churchill. But you can't do it by going to a rally cry first. You have to address the brutal facts. Here's the reality as we know it. Here are the logical reasons why you can have hope. And here's what we need to do as a team, as a company, as an enterprise, as a group of people bound together for this mission, and leave them with a sense of a reinvigorated sense of purpose and personal identity to do your all, even through hardship. So we're all, Gary, way more capable as leaders than we allow ourselves to be. And it just takes a leader to step forward in order to see how even us who feel very ordinary can be extraordinary. And that's the job of the leader. That's why we need leaders, is that to help all of us who feel ordinary feel our extraordinary capability is possible. That's what we need to do. And whether that is in your industry or in your company or in your peer group or in your family at home, that's what we all need to do.